Hey guys, I've created this video to show you how to create a Google form assessment so that we can collect data on our students' progress. And feel free to follow along with me as I do this. All right, so you just go to your Google Apps right here and scroll down to Forms. Right, once you find Forms, you want to make sure you click on Assessment. Okay, the worksheet does not collect data for us, so you definitely want to go with the option of assessment here. Okay, once you get here, the first thing I like to do is to go to your settings and make sure that you uncheck both of these. So you want to uncheck restrict users to CMS so that anyone who has this link, including parents at home, can use it. And you want to uncheck the limit to one response because we have classes who pull it up on the board and they are doing multiple responses under the same account. So make sure you don't limit it. Okay, very important. Make sure you click save in this section and then you'll go through and you can name your document. You can name it here so that we know what it is called, especially when you go to save it, which you can do by clicking the folder right here. And you can put it in a shared drive or you can keep it in your drive if you would like. But wherever you put this is where the spreadsheet with the answers will go as well. So just make sure wherever you keep it that when we, I'll show you guys how to share the link and make sure you're sharing it to anyone can view or at least to anyone in CMS can view. Okay, so you can go through, you can also name the assessment with whatever you would like. I'm just putting something in quickly as an example. And then you want to delete out all this stuff so that the kids don't see it. Of course, leave the name option and make sure that's required, but then we want to delete the email option. So you do that by just clicking and then clicking delete. I like to just go through and delete this as well because it usually doesn't serve me much purpose. You just do that by clicking and clicking on the trash can again. Okay, now typically we use multiple choice in this form right here, the first one. So I like to just go ahead and clear out the rest of my form to make it nice and neat. And you just do that by clicking and then clicking delete. And I just do that for all the ones the way that I know I'm not going to use. Again, just click delete, and click delete. Now, let's go through how to add in pictures and to create answer keys and assign points. When we are doing multiple choice, which if you wanted to change it, you could just click here and change it to a checkbox or paragraph or another form. But when you're doing multiple choice, you have an answer key. So you see the screen check, that is telling you the correct answer. Now, obviously you want to delete that out because we have kids who are going to be able to read that is the correct answer. So make sure you change that to whatever maybe one of the choices are, like maybe ball, for example. And then as well as these, you want to change these to other options as well. Let's say that you have already put in a picture and that is not the correct answer. Well, all you have to do is just go to the answer key and you would just click and see how it makes it a green as well. And then you would unclick that one to take it off. Now, if you had something that had multiple selections, like say it was choose 2 out of 3, you could do 2 and then delete the rest, okay? Now, if you want to get rid of an option altogether, you just click the X, and that takes it down to just 3 choices. If you want to add, all you got to do is add an option there. Okay, and then you can take it back off. Okay, if you would like to add in pictures, you do have to have your pictures saved to your computer to be able to do this. But you would just click to put it in the question part right here. You would just click on this little image and then click Browse. Go to your pictures and you would just double click one and it would show up right here. Now, say you wanted to instead have, or also have 3 pictures down here. I think it's a really good idea to include pictures for our kids because it's a lot easier for them to make choices, especially to have that bigger space. So you would just do the same thing, double click, and now you have a picture there. Make sure that you are labeling this as well because they can see those words. Okay, and you would just repeat that, add an image here, and add an image here. All right, perfect. Got that down. You can ask your question. I'm just making up a question there. So make sure you have your question, make sure you label all of your responses, and make sure you at least have pictures in for the 3 choices. I think this one right here is kind of optional, but we do want to have pictures for the choices. It makes it so much easier for our kids to answer. Okay, so let's say you have that laid out the way you want it to be. Say you have your other images in here, and then you can duplicate this slide by clicking this button right here. It's going to come up with another one just like that. And then you can just exit out of those pictures or put a new picture in to create another question. You can just change out your question, delete that if you would like, and there you have it. And you can continue that as many times as you would like to, and that way you don't have to redo the format every time. Now, make sure that you are assigning a score. So see how it says 1 point right here? We want to make sure that we are assigning a point. So you can do that by clicking the answer key and then making sure that it says 1 point in this section. If the Google form is not set up to show points, then we're not getting any data per se. We're not really sure what the score is. So it's not really serving its purpose of collecting data through a Google form. So please do make sure that that is done. You can also make the questions required. You can choose to do that or not. That is up to you guys. It just kind of depends on the students. So I like to make mine required because I know we have some kids who will just go through and hit submit without answering any of the questions. I think that's probably best practice. Now those are the basics. If you guys have any more questions on how to create the form itself, feel free to reach out to me. Now this next section, I'm going to show you how to share this link. So the link that you put in Canvas, you would just click send, and you would go to this link right here and shorten URL. I like to shorten the URL and just click copy. And then that is what you're going to post into the form for Miranda to put into Canvas for the activity. Okay, now once you get that, you also are going to be putting your response link in there so that we can check the data. So you do that by clicking on responses. You're going to click this tab right here and select response destination. Now remember, it's going to go to wherever you save this Google form. So it's okay if you save it in your drive, you just have to make sure you share the link correctly. So just click create, and you're just going to click that again and select response destination again, and now you can click on the spreadsheet itself. Once you open up the spreadsheet, you will go to the share button. Okay, and then see how it says restricted right here? You need to at least change that to CMS. Sometimes I even change it to anyone with a link, but CMS is fine and viewer is fine. Now you want to copy that link, click done, and then that is what you will post in the right column next to where you would put your slideshow slides so that we can all have access to the form to record our data from our students. All right. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to Miss Anna, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.